Well, hello everybody. I'm recording the Speedboat finals today. I have not worn my Speedboat shirt, but that's okay. I'm just a player today, not the game master. Thank you to Toph for doing that for me. So I'll be participating in this game. Here we have, let me refresh. We have Quicksand, we have Wild, we have Imperialistic Hamilton, otherwise known as Storm. We have Dottie, we have uh, Cutair. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. Otherwise known as Michael. We have myself and Jordan Connors, or Conk. I'm playing England. I was the fifth seed, so I decided to opt to pick seventh in the Paris method. So the way we do it is um, you pick which. So for the seventh seed, they don't get to pick. For the sixth seed, they get to pick either before or after the seventh seed. For the fifth seed, for me, I got to pick before six, between them, or after seven, and so on and so forth. So I picked after seven. No one else picked after seven, so I'm actually seventh, which means I have the first tiebreaker. It also means I got England, which is by far the worst country by every metric. Um, Not by far, but it's definitely the worst country. And that's that. Hopefully we'll get started soon. All right, it started. So basically, what I wanted to do here is I wanted to go over my thought process as I play a game, um, and go through it. And hopefully this will be helpful. So this is my favorite England opening. Just gonna go ahead and submit orders, and I'll talk about it. Um, I like to go for North Sea. Obviously, you got to go for North Sea. Um, and I like to go north. I like to go to Norwegian. I like to fill Yorkshire. I don't think that, now that I'm thinking about it, a faster EG might be better here. But what I really don't want, what I really don't like is bouncing an English channel. So I think I'm going to stick with this. Um, the army goes to Yorkshire so they can cover London, and I can still put two on Norway. In the worst case scenario, which is Brest to English Channel, Moscow to St. Petersburg, um, and like Kiel to Holland or something. That's the worst case scenario. Um, what we're obviously hoping for is either that France doesn't move the English Channel or that Russia doesn't move to St. Petersburg. But if they both do, if both of those things happen, we will show you guys how to defend against that as best I can because I'm not perfect certainly, but I feel like I've done a lot of defending in my life, and usually it's France, not as England, but we'll see how it goes. So for that reason, for example, you're not going to see me convoy my army off the island in 1901, unless France supports themselves to Burgundy and Germany bounces Sweden and Russia's going south. If all those things are happening, I might convoy to Belgium or something. But um, you won't see me do that very much because I feel like it's not a safe option. I also think that, yeah, about the English Channel thing, I just don't want to bounce there, so I'm not going to move there. Um, it's almost better to have France there because I know that I've pivoted as France from English Channel to Belgium often, um, and not continued with an attack on England. So I'm perfectly happy with allowing that to happen or hoping that that will happen. I expect this video will have some dead time, but hopefully not too much. While we wait for the others to get started. Um, I said before, I'm really excited about this game because uh, we are we have a lot of players who used to play back in the old days when we started it. Obviously, Jordan and um, Max or Quicksand were mainstays, and then Storm, otherwise known as Jackson Roberts, was played a lot back in the day as well. Um, I'm pretty sure there was at least one finals where three or four of us were playing, so I remembered. It makes me feel a little bit nostalgic for that time, but obviously we also have some of the new up and comers like Wild and Dottie, who have Wild's made finals before. Dottie's never made a finals. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to be playing with all these players and just hopefully having a good time and having a good AAR after that. So or after action report for those who don't know. Yeah, so when I post this, I'm hoping that everybody will, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll keep making videos like this and other kinds of videos about diplomacy, especially in the realm of Speedboat. So I'm cooking up opening courses. Courses is a strong word. Opening videos on Austria, and then I'll work on England, and I'm planning on going in order of the most eliminated countries. So it's often I feel like that happens out of the opening, but it can happen at different times too. So we're still waiting. Yep. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody will be available. I don't think we'll have an issue here. Yeah, so had I gotten what I wanted, it would have been Russia. But that would have required everybody to pick something other than Russia ahead of anything else. So that's the way it goes. But I wasn't expecting England. I was thinking I'd get Turkey or Austria, but I guess everybody thought England was the worst, which is fair enough. That's not surprising. Whoops. All right, spring has adjudicated. Let's see what happened. Yeah, there's the English Channel. Crucially, no army in St. Petersburg. That's excellent for us. So what we're gonna do here is put the fleet in Norway. We're going to support Germany to Belgium, and we're going to cover London. And we're going to EG. That's the plan from now on, unless France is able to, change up on us. But luckily, France has not put an army in Picardy or anything, so they can't combat in Wales. I don't have to worry about that. So I'm able to keep. Let's see. Let's look at the east a little bit too. What happened over there? Okay, so we have Italy going for the Tiroli Venice opening. Not super surprising, but also it is a finals game. Austria covering Trieste, which I realized after advocating for that opening might leave one susceptible to this particular opening by Italy, because it doesn't really help you defend against it. It's really only good to stop the Try-Loan type openings. Although Dottie did argue the other day for this particular opening with Rome Venice and Venice Tiroli being. I advocated for this opening being pro Austria, which maybe he certainly played it that way, but he had to kill Austria eventually anyway. So, and then we have obviously very RT sort of opening by Turkey and Russia. We'll see if that changes given the Italian opening or not. But standard from Germany and slightly unorthodox from France. It's been a long time since I've seen Marseille Spain. But there we go. That's what's happening. So, France, I expect, will go Gascony, Spain, Spain, Portugal, and either bounce to London or Belgium. Maybe they'll move to Mount. I don't know. Once you get to English Channel, you probably don't want to leave it. Germany, I expect, will go Holland, Belgium, and bounce Sweden. I hope. We don't know about Sweden. Some Germanys really don't like bouncing Sweden. And then Ruhr will get into Belgium since I'm supporting it. Mostly to show goodwill. I think I'd probably tactically prefer a bounce, but it's to show goodwill. And then for Italy, I really don't know. They're probably going to take Tunis with the fleet. Unless they're playing it the way Dottie did, and then they're going to go Tiroli and Bohemia, Venice to Trieste, and into a GM, which would be hilarious. We'll see what Russia does. Because they got in the Black Sea. But they can't really do anything from there, so probably just 3 units into Rome. I wouldn't hit Austria here, because you don't know what Turkey's going to do. And yeah, obviously go to Sweden. So that's why I'm hoping that Germany bounces. I think that it makes sense for Germany not to bounce if Russia goes north, because you know you have a friend in the north. But for England, sorry, when Russia doesn't go north, you know that they're not going to be that useful. So why not just take the dot? You know, and bouncing is the more effective way of doing that. All right. Looks like if we don't get done in an hour and 45 minutes, we're going to have a slight pause. We'll see what we need to talk about at that time. If I haven't been eliminated already, in which case I'm going to join Zach and his commentary over on in the Speedboat chat. Um, I would like to be done as soon as possible. Hopefully with a quick English solo, which would be hilarious, wouldn't it? All right, fall is adjudicated, so I'm gonna go back and refresh. All right, let's check out what happened. So we did get the bounce in Sweden, excellent. All right, France and Germany did what I predicted. Russia tried to bounce Vienna. Oh, and he kept Italy did go for so okay. I'm assuming that Italy is dotty here. That's what I'm just gonna go with that. Um, Unfortunately, Russia bounced Vienna, which which means they don't get and Austria gets the two bills. That's good for Austria. Okay, so I had to pause the recording briefly. My kids came in, so that's a perfectly welcome interruption. Um, I've entered orders for spring '02 now, so I built a fleet. France built a fleet in Brest, of course. Why not? And an army in Paris. We got 3 builds from Germany, 2 armies, 1 fleet. Unfortunately, this EG is going to benefit Germany. It's just the way it goes. No, what we're going to do is try and hang back and make a late stab. So I'm going for St. Petersburg here. Hopefully, I'll get in or get supported in the fall and like next year or something. And I'm going for English Channel NRC. This is like not much I can do here. So actually, why don't we just do this? But I don't want to let him in NRC, so we're not going to let him in NRC. We'll see what France does. They're probably just going to go to Mal with support or something. The army is in London. That's totally fine. We'll see what France and Germany are up to. But I suspect it won't be anything good. Well, Germany is fine, but we'll see what Italy has 0 builds, which is very unfortunate for them. We'll see how that affects things in the south. It's not good for me. Well, it's not bad for me necessarily. I don't know if it's good for me either. But Austria being strong is not bad for me, so I think that's okay. Because I think they can challenge Russia a little bit, help us take them down, and then potentially lock up Germany's armies and make it easier for me to get some dots faster. Because I need dots. Like you can't win without dots, and I need to get them eventually. And I just don't have an easy path at this point because the prince is opening, and so that's just the way it goes. Another reason I don't like to open English channels, I don't want to instigate a war with France, because who wants to fight France is England, not me. But it's what you got to do sometimes if France decides to do this. So we'll see who they are after the game. We'll have a chat about that and see what we could have done. Although I'm sure it's nothing. I think they just wanted to do that. It's just this is how it goes. Yeah. I wanted to, take on Russia early, so it's just the way it is. Yeah, with England, one advantage they have is they're good at slow playing because you have your corner power. You're not hard to kill. You can afford to go a little bit slower. You don't have to play super up tempo like Austria or Germany does. Kind of like Italy and Turkey in that sense. But you just have to be ready when the time comes, and so that's what we're gonna do. I wonder if I should cut out the long periods of silence from this video because it is going to take until the deadline every turn. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Um, and yeah, if you look at this, I guess that was one. That's 5 minutes. Yeah. So game start 4:09. First adjudication 5 minutes. Second adjudication 5 minutes later. Okay, Russia has a retreat. Let's check this out. It's in the south, I'm sure. Yes, we got into St. Petersburg. Germany's going to get Sweden next turn. There's another bounce in. Ah, interesting. Okay, so we have a choice here. We can convoy ourselves to Denmark, you little cheeky bastards, or we can keep fighting France because France has tried to pivot here. This is the pivot. So you see how all those arrows are pointing at Germany? It doesn't always work, but it can be a good litmus test for what someone's intention is. Just looking at where the arrows are pointing. So look at Austria's arrows. Austria's arrows are all pointing at Russia. They're taking Galicia. They're going to Romania. They're going to Bulgaria. All pointing at Russia. Germany's arrows, pointing at France, pointing at Russia. Russia's arrows pointing at Germany, pointing at Austria. Turkey's arrows pointing at Italy. Italy's arrows, God knows what. They didn't get a build. They're gonna have to do something here. England's arrows, I'm going to Russia. I'm pointing at France. But France's arrows, where are they pointing? They're pointing at Germany. Not even a hit. They didn't even try for Mao. Not even a hint of going after me. So I have two choices here. I can either hit English Channel with 2. Or try to sneak into Mao or something. I think it'd bounce, but worth a shot. Or I can try to convoy to Denmark. I don't know what. See, if I was Germany in this position, I would blindly support Denmark or Sweden. I wouldn't even think about it. Not everyone would do that. It's because I really like playing alliances, and I wouldn't even think about it. England might convoy to Denmark here. But even if they don't move it, it would bounce, and we'd end up with. Are we seriously having a grace for this Russian retreat, guys? Okay. That's the way it goes. Who knows? They might be on the bathroom. You never know. So what we're going to do here is decide in the fall which option is best. And we can look at Belgium. England, if I don't interfere with France, they might take Belgium too. That's another aspect. So the moves for, and we'll wait till it adjudicates to put them in, but the moves for attacking Germany, excuse me, this is only possible because Norway's empty. Norway's not in danger. So we're going to have St. Petersburg hold. We're going to have, in both versions, obviously to keep the center. We're going to have Irish Sea to North Atlantic, London to Denmark, and North Sea convoys. I might do London to Holland and North Sea convoys, but I don't think that would get in because there's going to be a bounce of some kind in Belgium, most likely. But we'll look at it once this. Okay, that was all right. We're through. Okay, so this is the anti-Germany convoy, and you got to check these convoys. It says London to Denmark right there. So check them. The arrow is obvious, more so, but the convoy unit, it doesn't show anything on the map. So you have to check the orders there. So we haven't clicked submit. We're not going to click submit. What we're going to do is just look. If Denmark to Sweden, Baltic supports Denmark to Sweden, we get into Denmark. Germany doesn't get a build, and we have an army in Denmark, and we can quickly take Sweden and make short work of Germany. There's no way England goes to London here, right? You can tell, first of all their armies, all their arrows went to Germany last turn. So that seems to be what they're trying to communicate this year, at least, is they want to attack Germany. They want to work with England. Even though I went to RC, like, what are they going to do? They're going to cover Matt with that unit, or go for Belgium. This is the pro-Germany move set. So best case, we get in the English Channel. Worst case, Germany keeps Belgium, and we keep pressing. I got a build, which is crucial. All this freedom comes from that build in St. Petersburg. So Russia, thank God God bless you, Russia. You decided not to cover Sweden. Here's another thing. What if Germany decides not to support Sweden and instead covers Berlin? That complicates things. Because Denmark to Sweden would obviously be the move there, but it would bounce, and I wouldn't get an army in there. So there's not a chance. If that's it just makes the chance of getting into Denmark lower. Whereas when I first saw the move, I thought, oh, it's 100%, but it's not. It's not 100%. It's close to 100%. I thought it was like 75%. But now I think it's more closer to 50 because they might not cover. They might not put 2 on Sweden at all. How much time do we have? We have 2 minutes. This is a crucial moment of the game. Swallow 2. I said last turn that I wanted to work with France and not Germany. And I think we're going to abide by that. London to Denmark. We're going to abide by that. We're going to go with this. It's not guaranteed, but my initial gut was that move would work. So I think I'm going to go with my initial gut. And if I get 2 builds here, that's huge. Army fleet, I'm cooking. Cooking with gas. Army London, fleet Edinburgh, most likely. Or would I do 2 armies? We can talk about that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. And obviously, the best case scenarios are somehow France wins Belgium, and which seems unlikely, and we end up with a Germany that's disbanding because they walked out of Denmark into Sweden and lost Belgium. Seems rather unlikely though. So we're gonna wait another minute and a half for this turn to go out. But that was a really interesting turn. I'm glad we got to see that. Glad we got to see that option here. I'm a bit disappointed. silly me. I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't get jumped by everybody, so I couldn't showcase a bit of the ideas I have for defending against that sort of attack. All right, so we've unpaused the recording. Looks like our move worked to a T. We're getting 2 builds. Army in Denmark. I'm glad I trusted my gut, aren't you? Germany got knocked out of Burgundy, so they're on the back foot against France. France did exactly what I expected them to do. Full against Germany. Perfect. We're building. We'll decide. I'm still not sure. I definitely need another army. The question is, do I build a second army? 3 armies, 3 fleets? That seems a little bit much. Because I can only get them over 1 at a time. But I have this one coming to Norwegian, so I don't really need that other fleet there. Although it can't be bad. I could go to Helgoland. Yeah, I think I'll keep it. There's things I can do with that fleet. I won't necessarily do, but I could. Russia is going to be down 1. It's a bit unfortunate. I would have liked to have them not disband that fleet in Bothnia, but I think they will. I'm going to try to play in the south, which is fine. It looks like we've gone through actually for me. All right, so we got a minute and a half. We can talk about some of the board dynamics after we decided builds. I think it's this. I think it's Army London, Fleet Edinburgh. I think that's obviously Fleet Liverpool's out. Fleet London, I think, is even out. Just to fully communicate to France, like we're in with you. Germany is building. Germany's building? Oh, they disbanded so they could build a fleet. Bastard. That's not a bad move. I mean, I might build an army just to move it closer. So I'm probably losing Denmark. Maybe I build 2 fleets instead. I really want to get, but I'm not going to keep this. Damn it. That's annoying. Should have just gone in with the fleet. Here's this. 2 fleets will go into Norway, and we'll try and reposition. We're going to go down a unit. Down a build. Okay, so that's winter. Alright, so let's look at the other side of the board a little bit. We've got Italy getting a build, we've got Russia, Austria, Turkey, everybody's even. Okay, not much is happening. Bosnia, there's a fleet here, yeah, obviously. Okay, they're gonna put 2 on Denmark, 3 on Denmark, right? It's just such a, so painful to use all that tempo for that. It's so painful. France can't convoy over here. They can guarantee Belgium, I might as well take it. So we don't have to worry about that. I'm going to try to get Denmark and Norway to Finland. And try to get into position to take out Germany here. And hell, we could reposition them back against France if we wanted to. I'm totally happy, like I said, slow playing this whole thing because we, as England, well, one thing, we have the tiebreaker for the game. So if I end up in the same number of centers as somebody else at the end, I win. Which again is why I picked 7. But also, we or England, and that like it's going to be really hard to take us out now. Although I am losing Denmark for sure. I think this is what my gut like. He's going to go 3 on Denmark. If he goes like Helga and Skyrag or something, I'm gonna be so pissed. But this Germany guy, he knows what he's doing. He's obviously smart. That disband was really smart. Retreats are not force moves. You can disband, especially in a fall turn and rebuild. Austria I like the most in the south, I think, especially with us cutting the head off of Russia. Unfortunately, because of this, Ukraine, I can't count on any sort of Russian interference in Munich and Berlin. But Germany is going to at least go down, at least even, losing Belgium, getting Denmark. It just benefits France at this point, which is unfortunate. I don't like benefiting France, but we'll be on 5, he'll be on 6. Well, Germany will be on 6 still. But I have this extra fleet. Like, it's okay. I have an extra unit I don't have anywhere to put. I just don't want this piff. It's pissed. If it gets destroyed, if it gets blown up, that's a really bad thing. And I think he at least puts 2 on there. So I think retreating it out is probably a good idea. Oh, I didn't double check my Denmark, Norway. Okay, Denmark, Norway. Okay. I didn't double check my my convoy. I almost did the thing I tell everybody not to do. Don't you have to double check your convoys. Okay. We're just gonna pause recording until the let's go through. Alright, we've restarted recording and we're gonna refresh. As I expected, 2 on Denmark, France gets into Belgium. We repositioned a little bit, which I don't like, but I wasn't now, so fair enough. I've gotten the army out. Sweden is empty. But there, I can't really gain anything. I might as well try for Holland, I guess. Surely he'll support it, right? Hopefully we get through this retreat phase quickly. Austria and Russia should be fast. They let Turkey into Greece. Oh boy. What is Italy doing? Okay, Turkey might be the winning this south, which is fine with me. So I think what we're going to do is this. We're going to do a little transfer here. And we're going to end up with a disband, but that's okay. Oh, 3 supports into North Sea. What am I thinking? I think what we're going to do is this. We're going to guarantee we're in North Sea. We're going to stay in London. We're going to put a fleet in Skagerrak. France wouldn't convoy to Wales, would he? Do you think he would do that? He would, wouldn't he? Unfortunately, I can't make Germany lose a dot. Maybe I should just go for Denmark. So what if he put 2 on, but then he wouldn't be defending Holland. Okay, so for Germany's moves, I think he's obviously going to cover Sweden. Does he cover Skag too? We'll put 2 on North. I'd probably put 2 on North here. it's just simple. And then you're supporting Holland, or you're going for Ruhr. Now for France, does he support north to Holland? That's a big question. Does France decide to support north to Holland? And if he does, would it work? I think that's too many ifs. I would really like to get that build though. I think France would like it too. So this is another option. Either Skagerrak or Holland. That's everything else is going to stay the same. Either Skagerrak or Holland. Alright, we're going for it. Holland. Oh, that was quick. Oh, never mind. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this for the next 2 minutes. I'm going for Holland here because I think that France will see that Germany's not going to go down, and they won't like that, and they'll support north of Holland to stop it. And that Germany won't expect that to happen, so they won't bother supporting Holland to hold. Or they'll go for Ruhr or something with their other army, and they'll have a supporting attack here, so they won't be defending it. So that's my logic there. It probably fails, but it's better than nothing. It's not really better than getting into Skagerrak, but it's better than nothing. So, all right, I've resumed the recording, and we're going to refresh the page here. Yep, that's just fun, isn't it? Why does he think that's going to work? And Belgium supports North to Holland would have worked too. Why does he think this is a good idea? It's just a dot. It's just C dot, take dot. Yeah, that's frustrating. So I knew I'd have a disband. So it's going to be the Finland army now, which is even worse. Now it's just going to be the easiest FG in the world. Germany has no reason to fight France at this point. I hope he will, but he has no reason to do it. I'm going to put North and English Channel support. I'm going to go Clyde. I'm going to go north and just suicide into France. It's really the only option at this point. It is a finals game. I'd like to try and survive, but I have no shot, I think. That's pretty rough. I thought about it, but not much you can do against this kind of shit. It's short-sighted and self-serving. I think like this is silly. Like why you're gonna get into Ruhr? You can take Holland. You don't have to do this. Um, yeah, it's just see that take that, and I hope that Germany recognizes that and decides not to. But like I flipped on him because of what he could argue is see that take that. So build another fleet. What person? Person. Okay. Yeah. So we're doing this. Obviously, we're just gonna crash onto France. I don't really have a choice. I don't think there's much else you can do. I'm losing Liverpool. I'm probably gonna lose London. So hopefully this allows me to salvage at least one of them and try not to die. Yeah, he can even convoy Belgium to London with guarantee a convoy Belgium to London. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah, because I mean, hell, to North then support is really likely, isn't it? He just wants the dots. No help from Russia, no help from Italy. That's kind of over. Um, and if we're going back, so I had an instinct here. I was like, what if he convoys to Wales? And I said, worth the risk. Not worth the risk. I could have bounced London. Um, I could have gone London to Wales. I would have bounced in North Sea. I would still be in North Sea. That's the other thing. I didn't think of that. I didn't think that I needed only two, but I did need only two. So I missed. This is a tactical opportunity I missed. You can learn from this. I missed the tactical opportunity of only needing 2 units to attack north. And the reason why is because North Sea was not going to Skagerrak. North Sea was going to Skagerrak, I needed 3. I switched it to Holland, which only gets in if France supports. And if France stabs, then the move to Wales is not, like, I'm not in Bidar Straits anyway, so I don't need to be in North Sea. And it would be a bounce. It would be empty. And I could fill it again. Is there something I did? Like, so in this position, Like, what's the Belgium is why not put two on Belgium? He was so worried about. So I get being worried about that, and then we have this. So he's just like it's just the positioning. It's just yeah. Um, just see that take that. Yeah, it's just see that take that. So that's sad and disappointing. But to be fair, I did do a quick flip on Germany. But I thought that that was more of a alliance play than anything else. But like, why the hell should Germany work with France here? He knows that he's not reliable. Um, you can make the same argument about France working with me, but like I had no units that were capable of going after him. Um, and in the long run, like I win by getting these dots over here in Russia, and France wins by getting Italian dots. France wins by getting German dots every time. So that's the way that goes. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. I think I'm just gonna, if I get killed, I'm just gonna go and hang out with Zach and Toph in the main chat, and we'll chat about the game. Um, but I don't really want everyone to know who got killed. It's fine. It'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Excuse me very much. I'm gonna pause until the end of the turn and refresh. All right, we've resumed recording. All I've seen so far is that I have a retreat, which is very exciting. And it's North Sea. How exciting! Love to see it. Okay, so I can retreat from London to Yorkshire. Yeah, so I'm done for big time. I think I should just go to Scott. Screw this guy. I'll try to take Sweden. Probably won't. Um, I won't even get Liverpool back. Yeah, that's just sad. It is what it is. Okay. Um, so we're gonna go for Sweden. We're gonna go for, he's obviously gonna cover Mao, no point going there. I'm gonna go for Liverpool. He's just gonna support it. We should cover Edinburgh just in case. If I end up on 3, that'd be nice, but it's not gonna happen. Um, yeah, so this is the kind of thing, like I said, when I said I was gonna say, I was gonna try and show you guys how to defend against a FGR attack. This is not what I had in mind. This is not defendable. This is the kind of position where you just get slaughtered because of how clear the positioning was. So that's why France did this, right? So France does this stab because they're greedy and they can't help it. I'm also greedy and I can't help it. So I'm not no shade. This is just how diplomacy players are, especially good ones and especially ones that play Speedboat. Um, you're not losing Belgium here. He knows he's not losing Belgium. He's like, I'm just gonna kill England, and it's worked. And Germany is not like, oh, maybe I should go France instead. Not even thinking about it. Um, didn't even think about it. Yeah, supporting out of he's gonna try to take Belgium back. Like, but I should have Belgium. That's pretty funny. Maybe I'd book at Sweden. You never know. Um, I'm gonna do this. So my logic here is that if Sweden goes to Norway with North Sea support, it gets caught. If North Sea goes to Edinburgh or Holland goes to Edinburgh, it gets bounced. And no reason France should be in now. Bounce them. Um, and this increases the chance that I get Sweden end up on 3 and get to keep one of these fleets instead of being down to 2. Well, I'll be at 4 actually. So you know what? It ain't over yet, boys. It ain't over yet. So anyway, that's the last thing for this turn. I think I'm just gonna pause it and we'll talk again after the fall adjudication. All right, we've unpaused in a turn where it looks like everybody has retreats but me. Okay. I got supported in North Sea by France. I got cut. That's not surprising. That's the only way to guarantee he didn't lose it. I lose Sweden. Russia's in Berlin. You gotta love it. Germany gets comeuppance for their taking North Sea. Um, looks like I'm gonna be on 4, and I think France has done this to encourage me not to disband North Atlantic. But like, why? If you wanted to work with me, if you wanted my help with Germany, why would you stab me and take my shit? So I don't feel inclined to do that. But it might. This is one of those situations where it's finals game. It might be the best chance I have. Although it seems we're cruising to an easy French victory at this point, just like last finals, which is nice, I guess. Um, and maybe is a reason to try and be first and get France, but you also have to be the best. That's an argument for, yeah, maybe it is. You also have to be the best in the regular season to get the top seed, so good luck with that, I guess. I have 2. How do I have 2? Oh, right, of course. Very sad. Very sad indeed. Skagerrak. We'll try and hold on. Germany's down to 2 fleets. I can't. He's going to take it. Like, I wish I could disband Norway and expect Germany to leave it alone, but he just won't. There's no way this guy's gonna do that the way he's been playing. Um, yeah. So I kind of have no choice but to just try and consolidate and do my best to hold on to this position somehow and salvage something out of it. Normally I'd be playing for second like points, but we're not really playing for points. We're playing to try and get back into it, which means taking those centers back from France, those home centers. But he has 3 units against my 3, so there's just really no way to make that happen. Unless Germany leaves me the hell alone. Alright, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna support Edinburgh to Yorkshire. That's the quickest way to get back at a center. The question is, should we go over to Norwegian? And Russia's coming for St. Pete. No, not now. I have to cover St. Pete. I have to cover St. Pete and hope that it's all hope at this point. France has a totally dominating position here. Germany is other stuff to deal with. So I hope he won't at least try to kill me, but I suspect that's what's going to happen. It's a rather awful position, but it is what it is, and we'll try to get through it. I really, 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 really wish Russia had not built in Moscow. Why did he have to build in Moscow? That's so sad. Ugh. He can't even defend Berlin now. There's like no way for him to. That was just the whole point was to get a build to go for St. Petersburg. Why don't you just go for St. Petersburg the normal way? That's very sad. I'll be even more sad if he doesn't go to St. Petersburg with Moscow. That would be really sad, extra sad. I mean, you got other stuff to deal with. Is Italy gonna end up topping the South? That would be really funny. But I think France. I like France's position the best here, and somehow it's kind of my fault because I left myself so open. But I don't know what he would have done. Like, would it be any better if I had bounced Wales? Maybe we can do after I'm eliminated. We can do a little sandbox to check, but I suspect it would not have been any better. Um, so I can do sandbox. So okay, so we're gonna go back to follow to. No, this is the smoke. I was very proud of that. I thought it was nice. Should I have built an army? If I built an army, then maybe I have. Interesting. We could think about that too. But we're gonna create a sandbox. Why is it not? Okay, that's fine. You're seeing my other games. Crap. Back to here. Okay. I'll just cut that part out. Alright, so we're back to the game. Okay, these are my moves. You know my moves. I'm just gonna pause it. Alright, we've gotten through. I just refreshed. Let's look at the moves though. Let's let it load. Spring 1905. Okay, so France tried to go to Yorkshire, I bounced him. Germany is supporting me. Russia went to St. Petersburg. Bro. Why? Um, I need to cover Edinburgh. I'm gonna go to London. I'm gonna go to St. Petersburg again. This is abysmal. It's abysmal. Um, I'm actually gonna go to Yorkshire with this fleet. Germany's expecting me to cover the sea, which I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. Um, not after what you did to me. Never mind. Just kidding. Uh, Best case scenario, we get bounced in Yorkshire, we get bounced in Edinburgh, we get forced to retreat to Norwegian Sea, or hell, a German dot. I would not pass that up. That's for damn sure. Um, at this point, I mean, does he not leave Denmark open? Does he not leave Holland open? We'll see. We'll see. That's the best case scenario here. Or perhaps London. You never know. That seems unlikely. He can't actually do that. Never mind. Okay, so that's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Just trying to survive here. Um, yeah, the East. Let's look at the most. Ineffectuality, as per usual. Um, None of them are more than 5 centers. France is going to run away with us if Germany doesn't get its crap together. Okay. I guess you could say it's my fault, can't you? You could say that. Alright, well, we'll talk about it later. Okay, so I'm unpausing early because, well, actually, the turn just went through. Um, yep, I've got a disband and I have a free center, and we're doing it. And I'm going to build and excellent. It's the only one, right? Yeah. I'm going to get a build. It's going to be Army Edinburgh, and we're coming back. We're coming back. It's coming home, guys. Um, sorry. Army Edinburgh. That's easy. The army to defend your homeland. So speaking of, I broke my one big rule of playing England, which is to never not have an army in the homeland. Back in '02, remember? When I did that stab, I got 2 builds, and I was like, oh, do I should do Army Fleet? And that was my first thought, was Army Fleet. Army London, Fleet Edinburgh. And I decided, no, I'm going to do 2 fleets, because where am I going to put that army? That was my thought. And obviously the place to put it was Wales, because look at this. Look at what happened. Look what happened. They're in Wales now. I should have built an army. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. So that's a good lesson I can get from this game. So even if you played 1,000+ games of diplomacy, you still learn stuff like this. For the 100th time or whatever. Don't leave your island without an army as England, because it will end your life. Like, it will be over. And God, I wish. Okay, we'll see if Russia disbands its fleet in Moscow, or its army in Moscow. Because screw this. Oh my God, screw this guy. Um, okay, so I'm thinking. I think I still need to bounce St. Petersburg. I think I still need to do it. I wish I didn't have to do it. Um, uh, I don't really have the units to do it, to be honest. But if I ever don't, I will lose that center forever and never be able to get it back. And then I'd be down to 2, and that would be completely over. I need to be on at least 3, even if one of the units is being used for something completely ineffectual. So we're gonna enter those moves. 4 minutes to go in the turn, and we're gonna check out the east. So Austria got to build, okay. Russia got to disband. France got to build the boat. Army Marseille. Hopefully Germany appreciates that army build from me was necessary and doesn't try to kill me completely. Although they may well do that. So we'll see. But it's exciting now, at least. I've got 4 units, which is pretty crazy. Um, Given I don't have 2 of my home centers. Usually is England in particular, that's particularly bad. Although, who can survive with only 1 home center left? France, maybe. Portugal, Spain, Marseille, Tunis. Yeah, we could do that. Um, anyway, I'm gonna pause and I'll come back later. And yeah, see ya. All right, I am unpausing. We're gonna refresh again. See where it's gone. All right, I got North Sea. Germany is not. Germany lost Belgium. Germany got Burgundy. Russia stopped going to Frick. Oh no. No. First step going to St. Petersburg. The train I dislodged on sea. But France left London, so he might. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see where he retreats. And Germany's going to go to Holland, obviously. That I understand that. I would do it too. And when I get Norway back, problem is yeah, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, just gotta wait for this to go through. But Italy's advancing steadily against Turkey. This AI is eventually going to win because the West decided not to resolve, which would have been nice to do. Yeah, that would have been nice. That's what I wanted to do, but alas, not. Because it's just too juicy. It just had to take. But since the AI has been so slow, there's still a path for me back into this game, which is incredible. Um, I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought I was dead. Um, we could be down to 3. That'd be bad. Um, Come on. I'm just nervously refreshing here. The universal speedboat experience. I guess they do have big choices, I guess, to make. It's fair enough. Alright. What'd you do? Yeah, he's in Norway, obviously. Um, but what? Fascinating. Okay, so we're gonna take Norway back. Germany didn't retreat to Holland. Just maybe they want to put the fleet in Holland. Um, we're gonna go to London, which means that either he can keep Norway or he can keep London. He can't keep both of them. And we're gonna go to Liverpool. I'm gonna go to Clyde. I'm gonna go to Clyde because he went to Liverpool last turn. And if I am able to get a build somehow, 1, 2, I'm not gonna get a build, but if I somehow get a build, I want to have an open center. And this it also progresses me toward getting Liverpool and getting back on my feet, amazingly. This is again the person with the most dots is at 7. This is how a finals game should be, guys. This is what it should look like. What was the what would the I don't want to remember. I don't remember what the center distribution was in 1906 on the last one. It wasn't this. Whatever it wasn't this. Um, but it's going to be France at 7, England at 4, Germany at France at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sucks. It sucks so much. France might have been at 8 in 1906 in the last one actually. So who knows what track we're on, but hopefully we can get off it. All right, I'm gonna pause my thing. Let's stop France, guys. All right, I've started the recording. We've gotten into the fall retreats. Looks like I'm going to be on 3, unfortunately, because he decided to bounce to London. I'm taking Norway back. What was that? Who knows? There's been a grace, but it's okay. Actually, I don't know why he said grace. It's not grace. We're in retreats normally. Turkey has a retreat. Well, Turkey has a disband. Turkey's done for. First elimination. I'm second. Not first. I'm not first. Russia's losing Romania. France obviously losing Norway. He's going to retreat to like Norwegian or something. Totally screw me over. This band's going to be St. Petersburg, I think. I mean, I don't think I know. Even if he goes to Bar or something. Alright, so the retreat is through. This band, St. Petersburg, easiest decision in my life. We still don't have any combos on the islands. We're going to try to get back to North Sea, force London. France has a build. Oh my god, this is not fun. Because Germany supported themselves to Holland instead of. Well, I guess that was their own choice. Yeah, fair enough. Germany didn't do anything wrong there. They're hopefully going to get Belgium back. We'll get France getting rid of units instead of building them. But I'm just in, again, such a bad position because I didn't build an army on the island. I did not do it, and that was a big mistake. Maybe if I had built an army, they wouldn't have attacked. Who knows? Anyway, we're gonna wait for this to get to spring of 07, and then we're gonna enter Mo's, and then I'm gonna pause again. Yeah, during that last one, I had to run and get my charger because my computer was running low, but we'll be fine. Anyway, hopefully this pace picks up a little bit. I'm sure it won't. I'm 100% sure it won't. Just the way it is these days, and we'll get into it. I would really like to get these games done in an hour and a half, but we'll need 3-minute turns for that, I think. And maybe this Atlas Diplomacy website will be good for that. They currently have a 3-minute gunboat setting. I just can't do webhooks. And there's no grace period, which is wild. It's a perspective. I was DMing the guy, and I'm like, so you got grace periods, right? And he's like, what's that? What's a grace period? Oh. Oh. Okay, so this is such a huge problem for me. It's a gigantic, massive problem. So what I'm doing is Norwegian. And the reason I'm doing that is I don't want him supporting himself to collide or something. And I don't want him supporting himself in North Sea. I want Germany to be in North Sea. And I want, if he moves out of Norwegian to like North Atlantic or something, I want to be there. Or to North Sea, if I'm going to London again, hopefully a bounce. Going to Liverpool again, hoping for a bounce. And if he goes to Edinburgh, I'll take it back. So that's all set. All right, pausing, and I'll let you know, or I'll start it again when the turn flips. All right, we're starting up again. Oh, oh. Let's see what happened. So I get into Liverpool and London. France gets to Norwegian Sea. What do I do here? I think I'm losing London, right? I'm going to bet that nobody goes for Norway. Well, no one's going for Edinburgh either. France has a Germany problem. Germany has a France problem. No one's getting St. Petersburg. I'm losing London, right? I'd be on 4. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold Liverpool, so we're not going to lose it. We're going to hold London. I'm assuming I'm going to lose it, but I'm hoping that France decides to attack Germany instead in Belgium, because the only way you can guarantee it is using English Channel. And then he would need to put 2 on London with North Sea and Wales. I think Sweden to Norway is probably an instant move for Germany, so I'm just going to bounce that in Norway. Why not? I would do it, 100%. But he has stuff to cover because France is in Norway. So then the thing I'm betting is that they don't go for Edinburgh, because I really want that unit open. So even if I lose London, I can still get build. But if I just bounce myself in Edinburgh, then I'm on. Yeah, I feel like this is better. I feel like the chance. So many things. You can do so many things we're going to see, including hurt the guy that's a lot bigger than me. Although if he lets me get these 2 builds, then I'd be back at 5. Oh boy, that's exciting. Very exciting. Let's see what happened on the other side of the board. So we get this. It looks like, what are these supports from Germany? So we have Burgundy supports English Channel and Mao. Helgoland North Sea. Oh, that's just a move. Sweden supports Norwegian to Mao. Fascinating. Is he suggesting? I don't know what that means. I think he's suggesting FG. Yeah. So best case scenario, I get a build in Edinburgh. even if I lose London. Um, I, North to Eddie is such a weird move in this position. There's so many other things you can do, including take London back in a guaranteed, more guaranteed way. Maybe just this. Yeah, just this. The problem with that is that if he supports with what about this? Because like we said, never mind, holds. 23 seconds, holds. I don't have a disband. I never retreat. Oh, ooh, oh yes. Let's go. Let's go. Prince down two. Let's go. I didn't even need to bounce them away. Heck yes. Yes. I don't need St. Petersburg anymore. Austria can have it if they want it. Austria can have it to balance Italy. Fleet Edinburgh. Let's go. Let's go. I'm back in this, baby. I'm back in this. The AI is finally finished, though, so I'm gonna have to be fast now. I'm gonna have to be fast if I want to win. We're back even. 665. That's so funny. That is so funny. Okay, we're gonna get through this winter just chatting about how funny this is. Um, yeah. So look, he moves to Irish Sea. I don't know what that's about. I guess maybe he's trying to make peace with me again. Um, and then he's taking Belgium. Obviously, he doesn't go for. He goes for Norway. Interesting one. Holland and Denmark were both left open. I'm building Fleet Edinburgh, obviously, and then we'll decide from there. So it's basically like the starting position again with the units, except I have Fleet Norwegian and two more centers. Austria's in Moscow, so that's going to be an issue. Probably going to lose St. Pete. It's free. But we're just going to play it slow. We're just going to take North Sea back, I think. And then from there, we're going to try and consolidate something, gain something, probably from Germany, because Italy's here. So I don't need to worry about France anymore. Italy's here. France has two disbands. Bye bye North Sea. Bye bye. So that means I could bounce. Bye bye Irish Sea. Bye bye North Sea. Maybe he can't do that. He's gonna keep Irish Sea. Disband pick and North Sea maybe. I don't know why he put the fleet in Belgium. I guess he was worried about. I'm so glad I didn't change to a support to Wales. Oh my god, I'm so glad. I still would have got the build though. But yeah, the two holes was the way to go. Go with your gut, guys. Go with your gut. The one time I didn't go with my gut in this game, it cost me. That's It's pretty convincing. Okay, so he did dig off. Let's see, we got a fleet build from Germany, not the greatest thing in the world. We're going here. We're going to hold in Liverpool. Um, Although I'm sure Irish State of Mal is like 100% move. I would do it 100% of the time. Austria didn't build a fleet. Could they have built a fleet? They could have built a fleet. That would have been funny. I would have liked that quite a lot. I'm probably losing St. Pete. Um, but yeah, I think this is really looking up now, which is so funny to say after that turn, that horrible 03 that I had. Um, I was down to 3 in this game, wasn't I? Yeah, so we'll see if I can come back. Austria's at 7, Italy's at 6. It's gonna be tough, but we'll see what we can do. And again, tiebreaker. I only need to get even with them, which is why I would prefer to play like a long alliance, and maybe why I should have stuck with the EG. We could talk about that after as well. Um, yeah, I don't know if you can see this. Hold on. Yeah, so you're looking at the sandbox now. If I had, this is the wrong year though. Yeah, let's go back to 02. So if I had instead, I would have gotten into English Channel. I would have been up 1, so another fleet in London, another fleet in Liverpool. I would have gotten them out too. I was gonna do North English Channel. Um, we might get a retreat to Wales, but I just built Liverpool and we're fine. It's a little bit slower. It's a little bit slower than I would like, but I think it's probably better. So after the game, we'll tell Germany, sorry, I probably should have done that, botched it, screwed up. But hey, maybe it worked out in the end. We'll see. I'm still happy. I'm happy that I went on this journey with everybody. So yeah, I'm gonna pause and we'll come back. Hopefully this isn't annoying, but we'll see. All right, Spring '08 is through. Australia and St. Petersburg. Hooray! All right, France moved out. Obviously, we're gonna go to Yorkshire. We go here. We go here. Support here to here. Liverpool to Eddie. Okay, so Liverpool to Eddie because Germany's gonna take North and I want to bounce him, and I want to cover the center. London North Sea. Obviously, we're gonna follow through on this move. Guarantee Norway. We're probably gonna push over here and try to get St. Pete again because I don't know if he can so many armies. We'll see. See how it goes. Actually, I want you to be my friend though because I want to take like these four centers, get to bet 8, maybe 9. I want to rush Austria in these centers. Maybe we'll be at 7 in a couple years, and we can start contending for the board top from there. Um, but the issue is going to be getting in position, so we want to as quickly as possible get into position. Um, he still has 3 fleets. It's 3 on 3. There's very little you can do. Luckily, I have a pocket build, so I'm not going to just spam. But I need Austria to hit. I need Austria to hit Germany now, which is why I'm very happy he's in Trolia. Very very happy about that. Because it's going to force Austria to hit him, really. And Italy being here is just excellent because no Turkey can't fight me. And yeah, the AI finally won. 1908. The AI is finally victorious, and they're finally coming to help. But it's not perfect. It's not ideal. Russia's done. They're gonna be still. They're gonna be in still. Like we'll see. But yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pause again. We'll come back in winter. All right. We've adjudicated. So I'm just gonna look at the moves here. Austria supported Norwegian and Norway, which I didn't even consider, but probably should have. That would have been a lot nicer than losing North Sea here. Um, but we'll just try to reposition from here and get a fleet into North Sea and to go from there. And hopefully Austria's like, okay, I'll move to Finland and we'll take out Sweden. But I did this because I wanted to be able to convoy over, but I don't know if it's going to work. So that's the way it goes. But we're just going to try and get into North Sea from now on. And unfortunately, there's not much I can do. Huh. IP support. That's weird. Okay. Okay. Italy did take Bulgaria. I was hoping that would happen. So France is going to be on. Austria's just going to be on 9, not 10. But we will see where this goes. Might. No, I don't have a unit in North Sea. Yeah. So another 30 seconds. What's I gonna say? Drawing. That'll be fine. I was just thinking. No one said draw in yet. And it's about time Austria did because they're way ahead. But yeah, it's unlikely to draw. He might be saying grace, but it's not going to grace. Russia's dead. Maybe he's saying GG. Maybe he's dead. Maybe that was Russia. Yeah, Russia's done. So that was the first elimination was Russia. GG's. Sorry I took St. Pete from you, but it was the way the game played. So Austria got it eventually, which is fair enough. Okay. Have they just left? If they rage quitted? I'm going to message Toff and tell him we can. Yeah, so hopefully Toff sees that and he can force adjudication and we don't have to sit through a grace. But that's okay. It's understandable. Maybe they thought they were already dead. Well, I know they didn't think that because they're in the finals, but yeah, it goes without saying. Just put in that last retreat and make a disband. And, go from there. So just do it so that everyone else can have a faster game. It's just the right thing to do etiquette wise. So a bit disappointed I didn't see the possibility that Austria would support me to Norway. So I'd still be in North Sea, but I don't know how much good it would actually do. Um, so we'll see. Yeah, run Grace. And that was a quick one. Just adjudicated, so we're going to put in our Oh, well, we don't have builds. Austria has two builds. They can't build a fleet. Very disappointing. Italy has one build from Bulgaria. France has zero. Germany has zero. I have zero. Turkey has zero. Russia deleted the retreat, so well, it was force adjudicated. So they yeah, they're done. Six left. So France is Austria's at nine. Austria's at nine. Jeez, not good. Yeah, Germany. I should just kill. Like, there's no remorse there. I think it's just the thing to do. We'll see if France helps out with North Sea. We'll see if I think what I'm going to do is Norwegian to North. London supports Norwegian to North. Norway to Sweden. Or Norway supports Norwegian to North. And Edinburgh supports St. Peter to Finland to communicate that I'd like help taking Sweden. Boy, are we leaving that army on the island as long as possible. Um, so yeah, those moves are in. I think that France here is going to. Um, I don't know. I'm not sure what Germany's doing either because they supported Serbia and Trieste, which is weird. All these armies got to go somewhere. I'm sure it's Germany. I'm actually 100% sure the Dutch is going for Germany now. Again, look at their arrows. So which direction are the arrows pointing? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, all the way toward Germany. Um, so yeah, and I don't think they'll complain about this Bulgaria move. It's there's a chance, isn't there? There's a chance to go to Italy, pivot because of that, but they have no fleets, so we'll see. If an Austria with no fleets can top the top board, then I'll eat a hat. Like, that's pretty crazy. I don't. It's non typical. So we put it that way. So hopefully they go to Germany and I top. That would be crazy. Because I'd still have France to worry about. Yeah, it's just not. I don't think it's going to work out with how the board is playing out for me to get enough cushion to do that. I might be able to take 3 or 4 from Germany, but they're going to be on 10 or 13 or something ridiculous like that by that point. I'll be at 8, maybe 9. I could contend for second place. But I'm just going to try to get as many deaths as I can. I think that's the goal. And if Austria and Italy somehow implode, and yeah, we'll see. We're running out of time though, so yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna pause and pick it up after the turn goes through. All right, let's refresh the Spring 09 moves. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I cannot wait to murder these people. This is ridiculous. What are we doing here? As you can see, I'm just doing my best to try and salvage some of this. I suspect I will lose London and possibly Edinburgh. There's literally nothing I can do about London. Yeah, I will fail to understand these people for the rest of my Germany. I get it. Really, France? Again? Second time. The second time. Is it going to work this time? Oh! GG's, Austria. You win. Um, let's see what Austria did. That's funny. Little triplet of supports there. Austria is going for Italy. It's performative. The bounce in Silesia. I mean, he's supporting Norway, but that's not going to do any good. Well, I enjoyed the comeback while it lasted, but it appears to not be lasting. Hopefully, we get this crap over with soon. All right, I'm gonna pause and pick it up after the adjudication. Okay. As you can see, those are the moves on the board. It's the end of me. I'm down to 2. Um, retreats don't really matter, but I put them in. Now I have 2 disbands. I'm just gonna take these two off. Um, it makes the most sense. Unfortunately, I think Austria will still win, hopefully, or Italy. I don't want France or Germany to win this. Hopefully, I balance them enough that neither of them can, but we'll see. Just put my disbands in. France is a build, Germany is a build, Austria is a build, Italy is a build, everybody's a build. I have two disbands. Turkey's down to one. I think I'll outlast him, but that's that's it, or her, him or her. But yeah, I'm done for. So once you get down to two, it's pretty much over. I was at three for a while. Was able to survive. Was able to come back to five. Um, got down to two, and now it's pretty much over. I can probably hold out for the rest of the game, but who knows at this point. France and Germany have shown a remarkable unwillingness to fight each other and desire to kill me instead. Uh, so we'll see. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain some of these moves other than literally just opportunism, which is what I did. But like this follow three move, it's hard to explain this. Like we're making progress. We're gonna beat Germany, and you're just like, why? Would you have been on? Surely you would have been on more than seven. Like I knew you were at eight for a minute there, but surely you would have been more than seven at this point if you hadn't done this. And then let me walk into the dots and just let me keep them and lost two and just all of this work to get to an Austrian or Italian board top. It's hard to explain. So again, I'm just consolidating. I'm just trying not to die here. And if they like their armies like support each other into my dots, I'm gonna be sad. But yeah, it's just the way it goes. Sometimes you get hammered. Sometimes it happens in the first 3 years. Sometimes it takes until 1912 for you to die. So it's just the way it goes. Let's see if Ink falls. Actually, I don't know because of the Austria and Italy are fighting now. Should have come to Finland, dude. That was the place I needed you. But yeah, I should have gone to Norway. Not this turn. Not 07. It was 08. Yeah, follow 8. I should have gone to Norway. Because then there's no like this from France is just wild. I just don't get it. Like, what are you thinking? I can never attack you for the rest of the game. Like, what is the? You're getting one dot, and you're letting Germany build. What is the point? If you win, you get it from these centers. I think. I think if France wins, they get them from these centers. Really, I really do. That's not it because they're fighting now. Austria and Italy, they're fighting now. So if and I'm fighting Germany. Like I know okay. I didn't stab France. I stabbed Germany. I never stabbed France. Um, and I mean I would have if I could have, but I couldn't. There was no opportunity there. Um, so yeah, I don't see the point from France's perspective for this last one. The first one I understand. The no three, I get it. Like you've got two dots. It's a great stab. This is like you're getting one dot and you're disabling me as an opposition to Germany, um, who you need to oppose if you want to win. Like, and yeah, it's down to the wire, but France is number four, or 3 or 4, and to put themselves over Germany, they needed to, I think, let me keep Norway and hold back Germany's fleets. But now it's like it's gonna be a lot harder to take German dots now. And like yeah, like literally, where do you get the next dots from? It's France. I don't know. I don't know where you get them. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to survive. I'm not gonna throw or anything. That seems silly at this point, but I'm just gonna try to survive. And I think I can keep these two. But then again, they're probably just gonna go Wales or C, and then like each hit me, and I'm just gonna be done. So that's probably what's gonna happen here. So we're actually gonna be a little bit more proactive in defense and see if we can delay it a little bit. I'm gonna type draw in. I'm done with this. I'm gonna be over. I'm gonna be finished. I'm gonna talk about the game. But I mean, not Italy, Germany, France are not going to draw. Wales is drawing. Wales, Turkey. Wales, Turkey confirmed. I got it right. I didn't say that on stream. Sorry, I shouldn't. I was texting Talk about my predictions for who's who. So I guess I can say it now. I think Max is Austria. No, I changed it. I think Wild is Turkey. I think Dottie is Italy. I think Jordan is France. I think Storm is Germany. I think Michaels was Russia, and Max is Austria. So I think Max is going to win the whole thing. That's my prediction right now. Um, so maybe I can win something out of this game. It's being predicting correctly who's going to win. Um, yeah. So we're about to. I'm not even going to bother pausing because we're about to finish the turn. And we'll see if I'm able to survive another year or not. I know it's not going to draw, so I'm not worried about that. I think I'm going to die though, unfortunately. And yeah, we'll see how much of the after action report I'm able to stick around for. Um, yeah, so we'll see. But it was a fun game. I liked the comeback. It was a lot of fun to play. Okay, are we seriously racing? Oh, never mind. Um, yeah, so this is just silly. This is silly at this point. Walks into Edinburgh. Oh God. Um, Here, let's try this. I might be able to keep Edinburgh. Oop, I have moved the army. So I'm losing Liverpool for sure. So I truly don't understand France's play here. Like, what do you think you're? Why aren't you hitting Germany? Like, what? What? Um, I guess France is counting. They think they can get to 8, and if Germany takes Pete, Norway, they'll be on 9. You're not going to get to 9. Austria is probably getting Bulgaria back. But Austria's going to end up on 10, maybe 9 if they lose St. Pete. Man, this is down to the wire. That's really cool. I just wish I was one of the 4. That's just that would be more fun. But yeah, this is kind of what you get for the tiebreaker thing. We'll see what the tiebreakers are. That's another big deal for these guys. Maybe France knows they're not. They are the tiebreaker. Maybe France. That seems unlikely. But I think France is Jordan. I don't remember what position he was. That's so that my prediction doesn't really take into account the um, positions because it would seem unlikely that Max would be first and not choose first and not pick something other than Austria. So I don't want to think it, but I think Max is probably France or Germany, unfortunately. I want to think that he would be nicer to me. Maybe Germany. Germany was not. I was not. I was mean to Germany first. So that's fair. But, France, the shenanigans that France is up to is just ridiculous. I don't want him to win. Unfortunately, this is my only hope to survive. Though. What if Eddie supports Liverpool? Yeah, screw that. He's not going to do it. He hasn't done anything nice all game. Yeah, so those are my orders. I forgot I can pause now. So we'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright, we're on pausing to discuss the fall state in Edinburgh. Yeah, I would have died if I had done anything else. Austria loses St. Petersburg. We disband the fleet. Let's see if Germany realizes that they have to defend me, but probably not. So I'm gonna support Clyde to hold. I think no matter what, we're just gonna lose this year, die. France is at 8, Germany's at 8, Austria's at 9, Italy's at 7, Turkey's at 1. Turkey's gonna last longer than me. Too bad. I missed. I'm not number 5. I'm number 6. Um, it would be very funny if the 3 people lowest in the standings were the 3 that got killed. It appears that way. That's my guess, though. I'm guessing that Wild and Michael, who are lower than me, are Turkey and Russia, respectively. And then myself is number 5, is England, and then the other 4 are these 4 countries. Yeah, so we'll see. I think I can pause this again, and then we'll see what I do after that. All right, so I've refreshed. Spring fall 11. We've got 1 dot. I'm gonna go for Liverpool because I want France to win. But I think I'll be dead after this turn, and then Unfortunately, I can't stick around for the AAR because this was supposed to be done by 6, but it was not. So for reasons, so we will after these 4 minutes are up, we will start recording again for one last send off, and then I'll see you in the next one. So France has left me alive for 1 more year, as you can see. I don't get to die. Don't get to go downstairs. I don't get to be done. That's okay though. That is all right. Looks like Austria's at 11. At least it's 6. Yeah, Austria's gonna win this. Looks like so. We'll see. They get 2 builds. Fleet down. I'm sure. First fleet in a long time. But we'll see. So I'm gonna pause it again and go back to whatever it is that I do when I pause. All right, my spring orders have been entered. I'm just going to Liverpool again. Um, I expect France will finish me off, and then I can disband and go home. So yeah, this will probably be the last recording. I'll come back and do the. Is that it? That's just drawing again. Yeah, I think the outcome is inevitable at this point. Austria has achieved 11 centers. France only has 7. Maybe you should have done something different. I don't know, but it's Italy lost the battle against Austria, so I think that would have been the end of it anyway. So there we are. Yeah, I think that this game could have gone better a couple different times. The main one was that initial stab by France that I could have seen coming. The later thing was kind of unavoidable, I think. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to participate in the AR. I need to go hang out with my kids. So that's that. But yeah, hopefully we get through this turn quickly and I can go do that. Yeah, it was good doing this video. I hope you go ahead and comment your thoughts. Like and subscribe. Stick around for more. Looks like we're gonna try and start a game after this one for the current season. I got into Liverpool. Oh my god. At least you could take it. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Edinburgh. I'm gonna pause again. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording because I'm done. I'm dead. It was good doing this. Maybe next year I'll get to win the finals and finally have that little purple name. But no matter. I derived much more enjoyment from the process of organizing games, playing the games, seeing everybody enjoying the games. So I hope you like this video. I hope you watch it. I hope you comment down below, subscribe, like, all that. And I want to grow something here and start doing a little more content about diplomacy. So like I said, I'm planning a opening series starting with Austria that'll be coming out soon. And yeah, hopefully this works well.